Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a good morning and, for that matter, a great day. As you can see, I'm going to be playing more Vampire Survivors. It's been a while. I mean, I've been kind of bamboozled by the update schedule of this game because it updated recently, and I thought that like 1.9 would be the, patch before 1.0. Oh, I'm naive. I forgot that they could very easily pull a Minecraft on me or other games like it, where they just go, hey, that's real funny, but what if instead of going into 1.0, we go into 0.10.0? And I'm like, I'm so stupid. But anyway, we're now in patch 10 or 0.10. So there's a bunch of new stuff. A lot of new stuff. A lot of new secret characters. So I wanted to get into unlocking some of the secret characters because there's a lot of secret characters. There's also, as you can see, one new arcana, one new secret item called the Forbidden Scroll. And then there's also a bunch more secret characters that even some of these items and collections are exclusively items from secret characters, which I didn't think about, but then I realized, oh wait, yeah, these are secret character items. But now that I have done a lot of the main characters, I wanted to just get into a lot of unlocking the secret characters. So I hope you guys enjoy. If you do, you know what to do. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into the video. Okay, you might ask, what is the first secret character I want to unlock? This one has to do with the new boss rush mode. I think it's boss rush or whatever. The new stage I unlocked prior. This stage requires me to essentially do a boss rush, or this secret character requires me to do a boss rush with only one item, which is a pretty fair challenge. Now, am I going to be a person who just picks Leda with magic wand? Probably, because that seems overpowered, but I'm definitely not going to go Galio or Davano, because starting with just Chronolance and just Larnell is not very great. Serious contenders would be Smith, Leda, Reaper, Maribo, and Mahina. I really like this character specifically because their stats constantly change randomly, which has a unique gimmick. Also, their weapon's pretty good, but it's not as good as Leda's weapon. I do really love Magic Wand, and having one Magic Wand is pretty good. And the stat difference is very apparent. There is a subtle movement speed down, but an increased might on Leda. So I might go Leda here, which is a character that I don't think I've done an official run of. But yeah, there's a new stage known as a boss rash, which I think is just like a boss rush mode, similar to all the other ones. And I'm pretty sure all I have to do is just one singular item, but yeah. Okay, I am doing limit break though. That is something to pay attention to, which will definitely turn down the challenge and how hard this is. I do only have one maximum weapon slot, so I want to make sure that the items I take definitely get the benefit that I need. Beginning is also a pretty good one because that gives me a ton more projectiles, one extra amount, and then I think 3 extra if the weapon evolves or something. Jail of Crystal might be the best one though. Because Jail of Crystal. Ooh, yeah, this is a very boss rush mode-esque thing. I don't think getting Crown's gonna be useful because it guarantees me more limit breaks later. So I'm gonna do that one. And Letta might make this a little easy. I'll be honest. Wings. Empty tome? Ooh, empty tome. I'm getting some good items here. It seems like most of the items are on the outside, which is fair, you know. I'm pretty sure that means that if you were to go Mad Grove here, you'd get every passive item in the game easily, freely choosable at the start. What does this do? Oh, that spawns in big bosses. Okay, okay. I'm liking it. I don't think armor's necessarily the best item here. The big problem with Letta is that I'm gonna have to deal with enemies being a bit faster than me, which is the only real concern I'd argue with Letta that you want to be a bit wary about. Is on the earlier stages where you don't have a high level of wings, enemies are going to move a lot faster than I do. So you have to keep that in mind. Other than that, Letta's a pretty strong character in their own right, having one of the highest DPS in the entire games. Okay, I'm starting to understand. So I get to choose either time or skull. What does skull do? Okay, skull does about the same, it seems. I don't know if there's a specific difference between the two. I wouldn't know. But, okay. So I definitely want to go crown here, because going crown is definitely one of the stronger things to get very high up early on. Empty tome, just to boost how much I'm shooting that magic wand. To essentially have infinite freeze on the big guy is... I can't understate how valuable it is. Also, this is a survive 15 minutes, I'm pretty sure, game mode, so it won't be the full 30 minutes with only one item, which is a bit lucky, but it also won't be as, you know, easy because I assume they'll be throwing a lot harder enemies at me quicker. I did happen to pick a comfort character because I just wanted to unlock the new character. I don't know which... I really don't know what these mean. To my knowledge of what, like, just based on what they're spawning in, I'm pretty sure, Skull just means that it's gonna spawn in more challenging enemies, but I'm able to kill them quicker. Meanwhile, time means they'll spawn in a bunch of weaker enemies, but it will be time, like, oriented. That, or they increase the speed of the time ticking or something else like that. Ooh, wings is good. Pomarola is probably one of the best items for survivability here. I don't really need a lot of defense or offensive items because I'm pretty stacked on offensive items with the duplicator, empty tome, and all that. Also, those enemies weren't getting frozen. I wonder if that has to do with maybe it's just the specific enemies they spawned in were immune to freeze. That might be the case. Okay, another wave. I'm gonna try to test it out a bit more. Is that just... okay. Or maybe it's the different types of bosses. Like, one only spawns in time-oriented bosses, while one spawns in kill-oriented bosses? I don't know. I really can't tell the difference between the hourglass and the other one. Also, I'm pretty sure that this is just gonna, the chests are only gonna give me gold once I have my weapon at the point where it's limit broken. As you can see, my damage output is definitely pretty high, but I don't know if that necessarily means that this run's just completely over with, because this could be pretty bad. Ooh, I don't know if I've seen that enemy. I think that's exclusive to the bone area, which I will also be making a follow-up video on, because that one's also pretty good. Okay. They're just giving it to me, like free wins apparently. I didn't know Leto would just be so easy. I did know that Leto was sort of a comfort pick. I could have gone with a more offensive, maybe a bit harder of a character. And if I beat this just super easy, I might just do that. I might just go through it again and try to do the challenge without limit break or just on a different character, because it's a cool challenge. Just trying to do boss rush with one weapon to unlock a character is just really cool. Picking Letta just sort of guarantees it. I sort of knew that Letta was going to be strong, but I didn't know they'd be this strong. But yeah, overall the DPS is looking pretty good. Especially since a lot of the projectiles bounce now. They bounce and freeze, so I have tons of CC and tons of damage, which is kind of, as you can see, kind of scary. I mean, I'm halfway there, and I don't think I've been faced with a real challenge. Definitely go might here. I will make sure to... I'll probably do this challenge again on a bit more of a harder character, because this was just way too easy. I didn't know how hard it was, because I have never done a boss rush before. But I find this very cool. I still don't really know the difference between the two buttons. Like, I can't really... I don't really notice anything. Maybe there's something subtle that I'm not noticing about, like, how fast the time goes or something. It makes sense if that was the case. Dude, it just, the constant stream of death coming from Letta. The absolute just destruction and murder. I'm pretty sure I froze the entire arena using one of the items. Area? Probably with the bouncing, getting a higher area just so I hit more things. Ooh, I don't think these knife designs have been used anywhere else in the game. They look really nice. Very cool. Definitely go skull here. I once again still can't really tell the difference, but I'm gonna just come out and say I think that the skull looks cooler, so I'm gonna be picking it. Dude, I absolutely annihilate. Maybe going limit break with one item on Leto is a bit too much. Maybe a non-limit break might have been a bit harder, but even then, Leto's just really strong. But I already knew Leto was strong. I mean, they're sort of just the super easy, strong character. I just didn't know how hard this challenge would be, which it doesn't seem too hard now that I'm doing it. So I'm going to try to do it on someone else. A bit more, you know, suited for the challenge. Are the eyes bleeding? I don't think they do that normally, unless that's just an update thing. Because, I mean, the update came out today, so, you know. if they would have changed that, I guess they would have done it today. Go a bit more area. Oh, dude, it's nice that I get to finally like fight this boss again. It kind of sucks that they sort of spoil this boss here, but like, you know, if you guys were curious on what this boss was like, this is the boss at the end of Capella Magna. The one with the worst, absolute worst motion sickness thing that I've ever seen. I hope they've patched that so people who are a bit more, you know, sensitive to those things can actually play it, because it is horrible. I can't believe that they put that to game. Like, it's pretty obviously, like, if you did any play testing on that map, dude, everyone's complaining about how much that like would make them motion sick. I don't think a single person out there doesn't find that horribly nauseating. Maybe I'm just super sensitive though. I don't know. Do I go game killer here? Let's go beginning. Have one extra projectile, which at this point doesn't really feel like that much because, you know, I already have like 18 bajillion projectiles. Was that the last enemy? Okay, no, it wasn't. Oh, all the Reapers at once, I see. Well, obviously not red, because if it was red death, that might be a bit more difficult, but yellow, purple, all together. Oh, and even blue. I didn't even notice blue was down there. Okay, this challenge is getting a little bit more difficult. I see. I need a bit more DPS on the main people, but I don't think Letta's gonna really struggle. I might struggle to kill blue with the others still alive. And blue is honestly the big concern here. You don't want the entire arena filled. I'm not really afraid of green or purple. Purple's more of an annoyance. Meanwhile, yellow, I don't know if yellow even buffs the DPS of other enemies in this. Just makes them a glorified green. Overall, I'd say that this is going pretty well. More area. It also doesn't seem like I'm lacking for DPS too much, so I wonder if they'll ever throw a red death at me. Okay, there goes purple. Yellow. So it's just green. I'm pretty sure green has the highest HP pool, just because they're, you know, I don't know if they're necessarily the strongest without it. They're kind of weak, honestly, just roaming in the background, sort of following you. It makes them kind of interesting. They're not necessarily the worst by any means, but I'd say they're pretty good. Okay. Definitely go some more area here. More area. Cover my screen in nothing but bouncing blue bolts. I don't think I've seen these enemies before. They might be some of the challenge stage enemies. I still haven't taken the time to do a lot of the challenge stages for the minor things, because there's just so much to unlock in this game. It's like, what do I really want to unlock? There's just so much. You guys are really just sending bats at me at this stage? Like, come on. Like, I obviously survived several. I guess if yellow was still alive, they would buff the bats and convert over to the yellow at the start of Capella Magna. So that would be a bit more difficult, but even then, those enemies aren't that hard, so I don't know, maybe they have some warped perception of what is difficult at this point. I mean, I am kind of being a bit unfair running one of the most broken characters. Okay, here it is. This is when they just send like 18 billion of the secret character at me. Okay, if you don't know, this is the design of the secret character that I'm planning on unlocking. Yeah, I didn't know that they would just show me the secret character right before I unlocked them. Interesting tactics. This is honestly where wings really shows their strength. Without wings here, I don't think it would be as easy because they're just swarming you from all sides. So you sort of need to play on your pathing a little bit, because otherwise you're just going to be absolutely destroyed here. But the damage on this, insane. Are they just going to summon a Red Death to try to kill me? I mean, I might even be able to kill a Red Death with this damage. Yep, they're out of nowhere. Just, you blink and you miss it. Red Death max speed comes running into the arena and just deletes me. Okay, there, I survived 15 minutes and I heard the sound for it. There they are. 20,000. Oh my goodness. Okay. That's the new character. Gains 1% curse on every level. Can find evolutions in all treasure chests. So similar to like Dairy Plant, all treasure chests can now evolve you. You also start with one of the brand new items. Pretty cool. And you're a freaking dragon, which is really cool. Like a 3-headed dragon, which I find absolutely amazing. I will probably do a run on them later, but I just wanted to try attempting that challenge on someone other than Letta. Because, you know, Letta kind of makes things easy. I could have figured that one out, but like, okay, this is a bit more of a difficult character. I probably want to go Heart of Fire because as soon as I get wings and Valkyrie tuner, it's going to be absolutely insane to try to keep alive, especially since the only weapon I have is Valkyrie tuner. Overall, I think it's really just Heart of Flame and the beginning. So I'm going to start out with the beginning because that's, you know, one that is naturally very strong. Some of you might have said, hey, why did I pick this character? It's just one of my favorite characters. I really like how she plays. I think she's got a unique gimmick. Her weapon's pretty cool. Are any of these potentially really good? Spellbinder for increased duration could be really good. I'm gonna go Spellbinder here. Anything that boosts area, of course. Really good here on this character. This character really benefits from having area, more projectiles, less cooldown. Okay. Summoning in more waves already. But yeah, no, this character has a unique gimmick, which makes it so, you know, their weapon's pretty strong, I'd say. But like, most people think their weapon's kind of weird and awkward to use. Which is also completely fair, because, you know, look at it. It's not necessarily the easiest weapon to use, and it takes a lot of personal effort on the side of the player. So I like the difficulty of the character. And, you know, you get to do this constantly. I mean, the gimmick's also just really fun to play with, in my opinion. I know that a lot of people really dislike this gimmick. At least that was my impression of when she came out. Maybe more people appreciate her now. Also, her music's just really cool. It's like this synthy thing. But overall, I'd say that this is going pretty well. For starting out with just one item, I would really like to wave, you know, or limit break as soon as humanly possible. You don't want high projectile speed on this character, which is the only main thing that like becomes like somewhat of an issue. Like projectile speed's fine on certain aspects of this character, but overall, like it's fine when you have Valkyrie Tuner, right? But before you have Valkyrie Tuner, when you're just base kit with the shadow pincers, it's really bad. The extra duration is just really nice. I didn't realize how much I like extra duration on this character. More cooldown, yes please. More cooldown means I put down more shadow pincers and more Valkyrie tuners if I actually manage to find wings. That would be very nice. I hope the game would give me some more wings, but you gave them to me on Letta like pretty easily, but still don't know what time or skull means. Also, you get to focus fire damage a bit more by doing loops, which is, and you get to set cages for enemies where you essentially, because if they walk into your shadow pincers at any point in time, it does actually count as like it hitting them as if you just, you know, let go of it, which is pretty nice. Also, every level of this character, I get more area, which, you know, as you can see, just increases the size of the shadow pincers like a ton. This weapon scales insanely well with area, which is why it's the main character stat after all. But overall, the damage on the weapon, as you can see, can leave you wanting more. I find that completely fair. A lot of people probably have that criticism of this character. The damage isn't all there, but that's fine. Like, just a fun gimmick weapon can be pretty good. But yeah, no. How's the waves been going? Crown, gonna take it. Like I said, more limit breaks is always a good thing. I won't be getting it as soon as I'm used to, which is a bit sad because, you know, I like getting it very early on. Because the sooner you get crowned, the more value you get out of it. But it is never a bad thing to take. I don't think crown actively hurts you at any point, unless you actively think getting levels is a bad thing. Like, on some of the characters that it boosts, like, you know, curse, then sure, yeah, no, that's fair. Also, this is max shop curse. Because I totally didn't change that. I still just have max shop curse on. I don't know if that affects it at all. It definitely seems like it does, because normally I would expect these enemies to be dead by now. Oh, there's the skull dude. More levels. Spell duration. Pretty good. Pretty good. I'm still looking for crown, or not crown, wings. Because wings would just complete this run, because if I'm able to upgrade Valkyrie Tuner at all, like, dude, that's gonna be like... I think Valkyrie Tuner is the main one that I'm going for here. Box. Do I really want box here? Sure, I'll take box. But I just want to make sure to grab wings as well. I lose out on duplicator, which is fine for I'd argue that more stats is better than having a better duplicator. You know, more stats is better than having more shots. Especially on this weapon that, as you can see, doesn't struggle to have a lot of shots. It more just struggles to actually have the damage to kill anything. Okay, an Arcana. What Arcana am I looking for? Mad Grove, so I get every item in the game? I'm gonna say yeah. Bring them all over. Allow me to pick. This is also just an extremely useful thing, because now I get to pick a ton more other items, right? It's not just a simple, here, have one item and then you're done, right? Wings is also super nice. I'm gonna grab tiramisu, this. What else do I want to grab? Any item that would just automatically level stuff like this. Down. I don't think it's every item, because I don't see Candelabra Door unless I just picked it up immediately and my brain just tuned it out. Rings would be nice if I grabbed only the stats up rings, but I'd probably have to deal with the annoyances, which I don't really feel like. I should pick a book. I'm debating on whether or not I want duplicator. Sure, why not? A bit more damage, and then Pulmarola. And what's the other one I want? I have one more item slot, so I'm gonna say probably ring, if I had to give like an executive answer. Silver ring would be really good right now. And then I will just discard everything else. Just to guarantee that I don't like screw myself over later and pick it up accidentally, which is a big concern. It does seem like it does increase your time when you go time. Or maybe it just triggers timed events. Or something like that. I do have that one other item I have to discard here in a second. Dude, that crab is so big. Okay, it's finally dead. Oh, dude, not killing crab fast enough was definitely a bad thing. There's Valkyrie Tuner. Very useful item. Ups my damage quite a bit. I don't know if exactly... I don't know if exactly I'll be able to do this challenge or not. It is only just survive 15 minutes in the arena. Which, as you guys can see, isn't hard per se. I'm just not killing stuff as fast as I was with, Leda. But that's completely fair. I don't have one of the most busted items in the entire game on one of the strongest characters in the entire game, right? So it's completely fair that I am struggling a bit more. Overall, I'd say this run's going pretty well. I do think I got a lot of value out of Mad Grove. I still have one Arcana slot. So if I get another chance at like picking Arcanas, I would love to, select a useful one. I'm pretty sure there was only one other one that affected my character with the Valkyrie tuner. Oh yes, you. I forgot about you. Honestly, I just totally forgot. There's an Arcana, cool. What am I gonna go with? I'm looking for Heart of Fire. Heart of Fire. None of these are Heart of Fire. There it is. Heart of Fire. Changes up the stat pool a little bit. Makes it a little stronger. I definitely have a lot more items to level up. Which comes with its own benefits and downsides. You can see Heart of Fire is definitely making work. I don't want to pick up those items yet, but if I have to, I'll probably pick them up like right after I kill the main boss. Cause, you know, I don't want to have to deal with both the main boss and the increased HP other dudes. Oh dude, the other Reapers show up. Ah, there goes one of my lives. I forgot that the other Reapers show up while this is going on. Dude, this is gonna be a bit of a challenge. I have one more revive. You know what? Just screw it. Add in all the difficulty. Bring it on. If I can just kill the main boss, this would be so much easier. It is a bit nicer having some of the faster characters be stuck on some of the slower characters. Dude, this is so hectic. I have one life. Yeah, no, this is over. I'm pretty sure that this is over. I don't really feel like I did anything wrong per se, build-wise, like any critical errors, but that's it. I almost survived the 15 minutes. I just wasn't killing stuff fast enough, which I guess was what made Lettuce so easy, is I was actually able to kill stuff fast enough. I will make sure to grind enough gold next time so I'm able to unlock the dragon. But I love that there's a dragon in this game, and also the boss rush mode is really fun. I think that more people should just check it out because sure, the enemies with 50% plus extra HP is kind of like crippling, but just having a fun run where you just have to kill a bunch of bosses is honestly really fun. Overall, I really enjoyed it. This update adds a ton of secret characters, so I will be covering a ton of that. So I hope you guys enjoy. If you do, and you would like to see more, you know what to do. I'll see you guys next time for probably another one of these or more Genshin. See you guys then. Love you guys, and goodbye.